This is Kimberly. I know, she's precious. Look at that face. Now, Kimberly is actually her real name, and she has these adorable green eyes. Like they're kind of, can you see that? I don't know, it's my coloring in here. They're green, they're kind of a blue to gold green. They're really beautifully made eyes. She is a very well made doll. Now, I have added, if you see the original photo, I did add the Tibetan lamb hair for her hair because, oh my gosh, how could I not? Look at that. Isn't this crazy? This doll originally came with some flowers, and I was going to put the flowers back in her hands and make them look kind of dead. But I was talking to my daughter-in-law, and she said, you should put a skull in that in her hand, like, you know. And so I have a couple of ideas of what I want to do. Now, when I do these dolls, she is only done with chalk pastels. And so I just start by, you know, and using the black to kind of, you know, get some details in her hand. And then I kind of smoosh some around to give her some shading and stuff. And then I come back with the other colors. And you see I have a lot of yellow in her and just kind of streaks and like veins. I don't know if you can see the veins in her arm. Kind of stuff. Purples and blues. And give her the really like dark, I haven't had any sleep. Now on her, I love her eyebrows, and these are her original eyelashes as well. She was already such a cool looking doll anyway that I left a lot of her stuff original because hey, she's adorable. And I detailed her ears. Oops, sorry, not a good angle. I gave her ears a little bit more detail. The original bow. Now, one thing about her dress was dirty when I got her. This is her clean version. I'm fixing to grunge her up some more because I like them to look grungy. It's my thing. Sorry, I just want to see the before picture. And so she had some spots. Actually, I hand washed the little dress, and those spots did not come out. The overall, like, just dusty look of it came out. But she did have a couple of spots on her. There's another one on that sleeve as well. Anyway, cute little dress. You can see her spider. Let's turn her back. Don't fall. Anyway, look, you can see her signature. I still need to stitch her pants on because they want to, every time I sit her down, they want to slide. I'm going to move them up and put a little stitch. But there's my signature. She is number 5. But anyway, you know, I put the details in her ankles, and I'll show that's better. Hang on. She's about, I think, 16 inches tall. But anyway, here, oops, sorry. Hang on. So here's a little toes, just some detail added to them. The legs, like I said, I kind of make it look veiny. You can see a little drawings, a lot of yellows. And her knees are like pink, and so I'll put a lot of yellow on there to make them more of an orange color to just make her look kind of rough. Originally, I was going to change her dress out, and I pulled the dresses out, and I started playing with dresses. And I said, you know, nothing shows off her arms and legs as much as her original outfit, because most of the things I have... And this is a very well-made outfit, so why would I go down in quality? And then, because this is a really adorable outfit. And she's just so... I had to put the bow. Of course, I could put any bow. But I just loved her with her little bow. Now, I am going to include a stand. I think she does better on a stand because... But you have the option of sitting her down, just how she's made. She's jointed with little buttons right here and cloth hinges, kind of like you see the little dolls. Actually, I can put her pants down, can't I? So before I sew her leg on... Oh, no, I can't. I have her stitched pretty tight. But anyway, she's got these little buttons right here so you can bend her legs. Sits very easily. Now, I love this particular type doll. If I found another one, oh my gosh, I would buy it for cheap. But her head turns, which can be really fun because you can pose her in different directions. Most dolls that you get like this, their heads do not turn. They're kind of fixed in place. But this is cloth. I mean, if they have the shoulders where their heads will swivel and stuff, is one thing. But this one's actually a cloth body with a head that will turn. And it's just really fun. So, let me see her other hand. Can't really get to her hand. Anyway, her hands, let me tell you the funny story about this doll. I do not know how this happened. Her little hands kind of go behind her back. I'm doing the worst job on this video. Her hands, you have to see on the original, they're really positioned to go behind her back, so she's hiding the flowers. Her arms were put on backwards. Kid you not. And first thing I did, of course, was take her arms off and put them on the right way. And when I got her, her leg was off. It would, I still had the button, but it had just come unsewn and it was not on, so I had to put her leg back on. So she went through a lot in the process of getting made. Now her hair, I left it fluffy versus wetting it and getting it more curls. I just love the fluff. But that's an option that you can do with her if you want. You can just dampen her hair and give her some little tighter curls. But, oh my gosh, I love her face. Look at that face. She's pretty dang precious. Anyway, it looks like she's up to no good. She definitely has this, you know, kind of like just crawled out of a grave look. I did not do her in the Gothic Girl style, which is the white face. I just did her more in with the colors, and I called the dolls, these are my Asylum Kids that I do very few of, where they have just the coloring on their face. I like the whites with the black and white, but since she already had so much cute color with her dress, I wanted to keep her more colorful. Versions is Gothic, so she's one of my Asylum children. So I have some options for her hand. I do have a skull I'm going to try out to see if I like it. Maybe just put the flowers, I don't know. I'm going to play with that. But regardless of what I put in her hand, when you buy her, if you have something you like better, please, by all means, oops, don't knock her over. Add something to her hand that you like, that's special to you. Anyway. There she is. I'm going to see the bottom of her feet real quick. Some crazy feet. Now, like I said, this is her clean before, and you will see her dirty. And I will most likely, on her, I will use pastels to grunge her up. And then I can spray the pastels with a little spray, and it will kind of, it stains the clothes. And you can use something as simple as hairspray. You can use starch, whatever. Just something that kind of helps it penetrate the fabric and leave stains. So that's something I'm going to do with her. Make her a little dirty. And I did our dirty girl. And just like that, she's all grungy. Anyway, I just can't have them clean. I'm sorry. So if you wanted her clean, go buy your brand new one. Anyway, I grunged up her little bow and her dress. I put a lot of yellow in it. I just felt like the brown was just too, I don't know, just, I don't know. I just had some brown on her pants, and I wanted some more yellow on her, so I threw a little bit more yellow on her, because I thought it'd make it look more aged and stuff. But anyway, just had some fun with it. And what I do is a couple of things. I'll like draw on it with pastels, and then I just smush it in like that. And then I spray it with water, and it kind of gives it some, it helps it kind of blend in, and then it stains it. So that, you might get a little bit. I do have some stuff from earlier today. Let me see. Well, some of this might come off a little bit. I can't tell because I already had some on my hand. All right, so I had some, yeah, it's coming off. We'll just say that. I didn't sew her pants on, so I decided to just leave them like they were. But when she sits down, her pants want to fall out. Her hair's pretty thick right here. I got this really wonderful thick piece of pelt, so that worked out. But, you know, she is just pieced together, and I kind of used different textures to give her this really cool look. And I did get some that were, you know, decent length on her. I love this. That's one of her original stains. Anyway, so now she goes a little bit better with her overall nasty appearance. Some reason she is not liking the stand. She does not want to stand up straight, or she's supposed to be really standing with her back kind of arched. I don't understand what's going on. But here is what we did with her flowers. These are her original flowers, and I just got kind of silly with them. I added some Google eyes, and then I added this crazy looking skull. I don't know if you can see the eyelashes. It's just for fun. Anyway, so I did add, I put some paper raffia on there that I had. It's kind of old and yellowed anyway. But I just had this silly little skull, and I used a tuft of her Tibetan lamb hair that I used, this style that I used on her. So I gave her dolly a little wig, and then stuck it with the flowers. And then I kind of grunged up the scalp to make it look kind of nasty. Anyway, so there is one. I know she's not lit up very well, but that is one creepy looking toy. So she's got her flowers kind of tucked behind her. I'll turn her around so that we see how that works out. So typically her hands, you know, are kind of back here, and you can't really see. I think you can pose her. I've got her so twisted up, I can't really work with her with one hand. I think she's walking. I'm sure you can do a little bit more with her, or just put the flowers by the side. They're more or less like a little surprise, you know, because it is. That's what we're supposed to be, a surprise. I still see some glue on there. Anyway, sorry, just glued it, waiting for that to dry. I want it to sort of close up too. I just opened it. Now then, because I want the eyes to be a little surprise. Well, anyway, she was so much fun to make. I've had her in my studio a while with just her face done, and finally got around to doing her arms and legs and her hair. She had her wig previously, so I love her fluffy hair. She's just my little friend. I mean, I think she's adorable. I only do ones that I really love, and I enjoy doing them so much that when I say they're all adorables, because I try to put adorableness in them. I make them, you know, the way I want them to look and appeal. So it's working for me. Anyway, I'm shaking like a leaf. I just hope that she finds a good home where she can be enjoyed and taken good care of. Put in a stand. I will tell you this. Let me smell. Yeah, I did put some air freshener on her, because by the time you start putting stuff on them, they just pick up, you know, wet clothes. Even though I washed her dress, I was doing the clown, and I was just making sure they were really clean, and I just sprayed a little air freshener, and actually used the air freshener to kind of fluff up her hair, which is really funny because it was just a little bit damp. So that's how she looks grunged up, and I'll have photos for you and that you can compare. So you can see how she turned out, because it's always easier to do the verticals. Anyway, enjoy.